Hello, everyone. You're welcome to yet another episode of Bricks to Billions with Keisha Adiola Ajiboye, aka Omo Teacher, your favorite real estate investment podcast. With me today is a good friend of mine, a real estate developer, a former investment banker, serial entrepreneur. Should I go on to real all I know about him? He's here with me today to discuss on land banking. I'll tell you a little bit of what I know, and then he will take us on more details of land banking. So land banking is aggregating land in a developing area and selling for future dates. I'll leave the mic now to my good friend for him to tell us, educate us more on land banking because it's part of what he does.
Hello everyone, my name is Bolahon Oshinowo. I'm the MD CEO of Delasok Real Estate and Property Development Company based in Lagos, Nigeria.
Land banking, can you tell us more about what land banking is? Define it to us in lay terms so we can understand what land banking, because I know that's part of what you do.
Okay, so like you rightly said, land banking is the process. It is actually a process of aggregating land in a developing area to resell when the area becomes developed at a future date.
Okay.
So basically, in a plain layman's terms, you buy when the land is bush,
Okay.
and you sell when the place is a city.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what land banking is.
Okay. So can you tell us what's the process of doing it? How do you go about it? How do you start if you want to go into land banking? How to go about it? Just tell us.
Okay, just like any investment product, any investment portfolio you want to have, you do your research. Okay. Which areas are likely to experience any sort of development in the future?
Okay.
And it's like a toss of the coin, really, but obviously you're not going to toss in blindly.
Okay.
You've done your research, and you know that development is spreading across a certain region. Government policies are going to affect a certain location, and you can go there and inquire about the lands available for sale.
Okay.
So that's, in a nutcase, how you go about land banking.
Okay. So if I want to go into land banking now, who do I speak with? Am I speaking with your monilas? Who exactly am I going to speak with?
Dealing with your money is a very, very complex issue.
Oh, I know.
So what I would advise is, if you want to go into land banking,
Okay.
speak to reputable real estate companies like ourselves that have developed the wherewithal in dealing with the omoniles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know presently you have some lands you're selling in Eleroengbe, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you just tell us?
Okay, so
about
we
it?
currently have 3 estates, in fact, in Elere, where we just recently acquired another one.
Oh, wow.
The
Good.
first one, 20 acres of dry land in Elere, called Hillcrest Villa Estate Scheme 1. That one is completely oversubscribed, in fact.
Okay.
Then we have the second one, Hillcrest Villa Estate Scheme 2.
Okay.
And we're currently about 30 or 40% subscription.
Oh, well done.
We've just recently acquired another one. I will call that Hillcrest Mills.
Okay.
And that one is 30 acres of land.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we've done in Elere.
Okay.
Then in Bejulek itself, which is close to Dangote Refinery, we have 15 acres of land,
Okay.
which we called Hillcrest Coastal Estate.
Okay.
That is close to the coastal road that is being built.
Okay.
So like I said, what advises our decision to acquire land in certain areas, we look at the investment decisions being made already. Like
Okay.
Dangote Refinery, for example, the coastal road that is being built.
Okay.
Then, of course, the industries or whatever infrastructure in such locations usually affects our decision on whether to buy or not to buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of documents come with it? Like if I want to buy, what is the cost implication? What documents do I get?
Okay, so it's important to get, first of all, it's important to first of all do your research,
Okay.
especially at the appropriate authorities.
Okay.
So you want to buy land, for example, you arrange a meeting with the Omonile.
Okay.
And once you do that, you now obviously ask for the documents that such land have.
Okay.
We hear stories of where people show us receipt. Oh, this is the document you have. A receipt is not a land document.
Yeah, I know.
You know, a receipt is not a land document. So what you have to actually do is get the genuine land document. You
Okay.
can get a surveyor, that would actually plot the coordinates of the land. And they can go to Alausa or wherever, whichever state you are doing your land banking. Go to the appropriate authorities and do your search. So once you do your search, the search result will tell you whether you should proceed or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll do your due diligence
Yes, of
on
course.
the land.
Of course.
Okay. So when you're sending this land, are you sending them as site and service at the moment, or is when it's developed? How do you run it?
Okay, so we have two strategies.
Okay.
We do a bit of okay, fine. We are selling the land at the moment at the way the land is, where we do your allocation and what have you.
Okay.
But also as well, there's a plan in the future because it's an estate. It's not just bare land.
Yeah.
There's a plan in the future which all our subscribers are aware that we'll do site and service, which means we'll maintain the estate.
Okay.
We can also develop your property or your plot if you want us to. There'll be a set of plan on the estate where you can develop high rises, where you can develop mid rises, and where you can just develop maybe a bungalow or what have you. So there's always a plan for our estates in future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So how do you sell it? What prices are they going for?
So it depends. Like Hillcrest Villa Estate Scheme 2 is actually 3 million a plot, but we are doing at the moment for 2 million.
Okay.
Then the Hillcrest Coastal Estate, obviously because of the location of where the land is, we are doing 8 million a plot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lands in those areas are going
Very,
for
very
8 million.
expensive, yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And then what are you looking at? Like how soon do we see it appreciate? What's the return on investment going to be?
Return on investment in lands, neither here nor there. You just hopefully hope that you get a high return on investment, but average return on investment on lands in those areas ranges from about 30 to 50% per annum.
Okay.
So I'll give an example. When we started Hillcrest Villa Estate Scheme 1, we started at a very low entry point. We were selling one plot for 600,000 or 700,000.
Wow.
Okay, and it was like that for about a year or so. Then all of a sudden, I got to site one day, and one of the millionaires told me that the next door neighbor is selling their plot for 1.5.
Wow.
And I did my own research, and wow, 1.5, wow, because there was a report in the papers that the Lagos State government had decided to commence the airport road.
Okay.
Yeah, because where our land is located is close to the airport road.
Oh, good location.
So just a report in the newspaper.
Just triggers an
it just
increase.
triggers an increase, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so.
So, Mr. Gbolahan,
Yeah.
have there been times where, we were looking at the land appreciating and all of a sudden it's static or it's going down? Are there pros and cons to this land banking?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, like, I'll give an example.
Okay.
With our own current experiences.
Okay.
The international airport has been ongoing forever. Lagos State or the federal government is going to build an international airport, new international airport. It hasn't happened yet, but we know it will happen soon.
Okay.
Also, the Fort Mainland Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Depends on what's what I'm looking for now.
How fast the project comes up?
Not even how fast the project comes per se, but depends on how any successful government deems it, how important the infrastructure is to them. But we know that there's a master plan for the international airport or the Fort Mainland Bridge.
Okay.
So whether they can commence that quickly or not, that's another story. But what happens is with land, the price never goes down. So if, for example, now there's a speculation that, the government is about to commence the construction of the bridge or the international airport or whatever, and it drives the price upwards, and all of a sudden it doesn't happen immediately, the price will just remain at that.
Okay, like I said,
At that
static.
level, just remain static, yeah.
Okay.
Until whenever, So obviously, I would say land banking is not it's a long-term gain.
Okay.
It's a long game investment. It's not you buy today and you flip tomorrow. No, it's a long-term investment. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you very
Gbolahan.
much. Thank you
Yeah,
very
that
much.
was a very insightful conversation, very intelligent conversation. You threw more light into what land banking is. And brings me back to what I say normally. What I've been telling my listeners and my viewers is that real estate investment, you can start even with the little you have.
Yes, you can.
Because you told me now you have land starting from 3 million. Anything lower than 3 million?
Well, nothing lower than 3 million.
Okay.
But like I said, the original price of the land is 3 million, but we are doing a special offer for 2 million.
Oh, good.
And also as well, up until recently, we're also coming up with a payment plan for those that cannot afford to make the bulk payment of 2 or 3 million.
Okay.
So the payment plan can be spread for up to 6 months.
Okay.
So it's not an excuse for anybody
Okay.
not to have
Yeah,
own a
thank-
plot of land in
Okay. So from what I can see, you make real estate really affordable, make it easy for those who want to plug in, those who don't have to break the bank
Yes.
to come
Yes.
invest in real estate. So
Yes. So there's no excuse for no one to get involved in real estate investment. I mean, like what I always say, the money that you go and invest in the pyramid schemes, the MMMs and CBEX and co, I don't take that money and invest it in a secure investment. That's what I was saying.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you very
Bolao.
much. Thank you very
And I'll be imploring all my viewers to get in touch with De La Soc for their real estate investment, for their land banking. They've got properties they're building in Yaba. We forgot to mention that. And lots of land in the developing areas of Ibeju-Lekki. So like he said, you buy bush and it becomes a city. I'm sure you want to do that with your money. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Diola.
All right then.